What's going on, guys? Johnny, aka Tropical Fish Guy here. Today we're going to talk about something real important. We're going to talk about being clean, right? We're going to talk about how to clean your hang-on back filter. One of my favorite kind of filters. Very stable, very effective, very efficient, depending on how you set them up. But one thing you got to do is you got to maintain them properly. You know, you got to clean them out every now and then. You know me, I'm kind of lazy. I don't like to clean them too often. But when you clean them, how you can optimize them to where you don't have to clean them as much, that's the key. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So what we got here on this 10-gallon tank with the guppies. Let me show you these cool new guppies I got too. See here. So we've got black tuxedo pair. He's the male right there. How cool is that? And then the female, she's got the orange on her nose with the black on her tail and the orange on her tail. Very nice pair right there. You can see them there together. Got some baby guppies as well. I don't know if it's those babies, but we got some babies. They're hiding right now, but when they get a little bit bigger, I'll show them to you. Oh, wait, there's some right there. Yeah, that might not be the baby, but they're hiding way back there. But anyways, we're talking about cleaning a hang-on back filter. So the hang-on back filter, what it does is the tube here, right, goes down into the aquarium, right down into the aquarium right there. It sucks up the water from near the bottom of the aquarium into that tube, right? Goes into this chamber, flows through the filters, and then back out into the tank. So it kind of does a circular motion, right? Takes the water from the bottom, brings it through the filter, comes out. So it kind of filters the water this way, bringing the water through a circular motion, taking all the water and filtering it through that filter. So the first thing you want to do is you know when to clean it, right? And you don't want to, well, I don't want to clean it too often. That's where all the bacteria is, which is good for your fish tank, right? Make sure that all your bacteria eats the ammonia and stuff like that. Plants do that too. But the filter is where you want the water to be flowing at a good constant rate. Now, when do you clean your hang-on back filter? When do you clean it? See the water flow? It looks like it's flowing pretty good, and I have not cleaned this thing in like 3 months, really. And how do you get away with that? Is you supercharge it, right? You optimize it, right? So what they don't sell at the bottom of the filter is a little sponge. So that's called a sponge filter. It goes on the bottom of that filter, and I'll show it to you when I pull it out. But it's one of these things here. So I bought a 12-pack of sponges. These will last you forever, pretty much. And it's just one of these things here. It plops on the bottom of the filter right there. So every time you do a water change, right, you can take this sponge out, rinse it in that water, right, and then put it back for a few times. And so you don't have to clean that filter, that hang-on back filter, like most people would every water change or so. Change the water, clean this sponge filter out, maybe take off that algae. See that algae right there on that sponge filter? That algae's been growing for a while, but green algae's good. I mean, there's a sponge filter right there, and I'll talk about how to install a sponge filter in the next video. But green algae, this type of green algae, is actually good for fish. It's just bad for us to look at. But it's a sign of a healthy aquarium. Not that, that's the Java moss there. The green algae there, the green algae there. But, you know, we don't want to look at it. We want to see nice, clean stuff, right? So I'm going to, what I do is I take that filter off, the sponge filter, and I clean it. Or in this case, what I'm going to do, since I'm going to remove the hang-on back filter up there and clean it, I'm just going to put a new one on. It's no big deal. But we don't want to kill this bacteria, right? So super tip number one. So it allows you to not have to clean the filter as often. Probably, it'll last you 4 or 5 times, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 times longer than what you would normally have, what normal people would normally have to clean that filter, right? So that's pretty cool. And the reason why you don't want to clean the filter so much is it all gets caught up in that sponge, right? So you just take all the junk from the sponge, boom, I think you get the point. You rinse it off, and there's really nothing being caught up in the filter media except the beneficial bacteria, which you want. That's good. But anyways, what we're going to do is say, when do you need to clean the filter? Look at this. You need to clean the filter when you see water coming out of where it should not be coming out, right? You see that? It's coming out there. That's great. But I don't know if you can tell. Look on the side here. Water is pouring out of this side here. I think you can see that, right? This side and this side. And it's not supposed to, so it tells me that something in here is clogged. It's probably the filter pads are clogged. But so we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of water change, probably your regular 20-25%, whatever. And this tank has plants on the bottom, so we're just going to siphon over the top of that. And if you don't know how to do a water change, look up on my video of how to do a water change, and I show you exactly how to do that using the siphon. But I'm going to show you how to, after the water change, I'm going to do the water change real quick. I'm not going to show you guys again. You can just look at that video. But once the water's dropped down, I'm going to show you guys how to clean that filter. All right, here we go. All right, so I just got done doing a water change. Before I continue, I just want to say, hey, one of my subscribers, Chris Coral, hey, I responded back to you, and I kind of felt like I said something insensitive. You asked me about the tank lids and stuff, and I don't have cats. And I responded, I was just trying to be funny, dude. I said that you said something about you don't have any cats, and I said I used to, but my dogs ate them. And I was just trying to be funny, but I love cats. I love animals, so I hope you don't take the wrong way, man. Peace out, dude. Sorry about that, dude. Anyways, so I did the water change. I'm gonna turn off. I'm gonna reach back there, turn off the power to the filter, and I usually do that first, but sometimes I forget. I'm getting kind of old in my old age, old and cynical. I don't know, but there's where the cord is right there. Gotta have power strips back there, So unplugging that. There you go. The power goes off. Alright. And then I'm going to, actually before I lift it up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to yank out and show you the sponge filter that I put as a pre-filter. So there's that sponge filter right there. It's got all that algae on there. And usually, like, I do this for 3 or 4 times, like I said before, and not clean that filter because it doesn't need it until it needs it, right? And we now know when we know it needs it, when the water starts coming out where it's not supposed to. So I usually just clean this off. But today we're going to replace it. And we can reuse this again. I let this sit out and let the algae die off and stuff, and by that time it just pulls off. But I'm just going to set that aside in my hidden area of junk there. Not so hidden now that you guys know where it's at. But I got these 12-pack of pre-filter sponges. They're not that expensive. I'll put a link in the description below. You guys get some of those. Those fit the Aqua Clear 20 just perfectly fine, as you can see. I'm just going to pop that back on the bottom. I'll show you. But we're going to yank this power filter off. Right there. Hang on back filter. Okay, I'm going to grab that cord, take this to the sink or outside sink or bathroom or bathtub or whatever, and I'll show you how to clean it. Alright, I've got the filter off, and before we clean it, I'm going to show you exactly, this is how it comes right here. The tube comes from the store, right, from the box, and these sponge filters that I just showed you has that little hole on the top that just fit right there, so when all the water flows through, all the junk and debris, old fish food and everything like that gets caught in here. So all we got to do is clean that instead of every time having to clean this. And it's not only, I was kind of halfway joking about being lazy, but it's not only being lazy, but it's actually building up the bacteria, because here in this particular cartridge here, if you will, this little basket right here is where all the bacteria is. So you pull that cartridge out. First I'm going to pour this water out into the bucket so it doesn't go on my floor. Alright, so in that cartridge, I don't know if you can see, is a lot of foam. Okay, let's see here. And let's talk about supercharging some more besides the tip number one of the foam filter, of the pre-filter. So I'm going to yank this out, and I need two hands actually to do this. There we go. So I pull this out, right? I pull this out, and what you'll see is it's actually not too bad right there, right? It's actually not too bad. Hopefully this isn't upside down. Not too bad. So what, I'm gonna pour this out. So it comes like this, right? We are going to take this part and clean it. We've got to take this off, the impeller, the motor. We're going to just twist, but I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to do it in the bathtub. And we're going to need to clean the tubes and clean the impeller, which is the little motor thing. I guess I will do it. Pull it off, twist this little thing off here, like this. Alright, and this little motor here spins, which makes the water get sucked up through the filter, through the cartridges, and up. So this sits in here. When you buy it from the store, you have a piece of foam, which, you know, it does a couple of different things. It does mechanical filtration, which basically means it takes all the gross stuff, the old fish food, the fish poop, that kind of thing. But actually, we use this for that. So we kind of don't let this piece get clogged up. So we're not going to rinse this off in any type of tap water. You could, I mean, I do it all the time, but here I'm going to show you the right way. The right way is you just take that into the water that you just took out of the fish tank, right? That's this bucket water, right? Let me roll my sleeve up. And you just squeeze it out because all that bacteria's in there, right? All that bacteria's in there. All that bacteria's in there. And like I said, it's not too bad. You could replace this, but probably it's not necessary. And actually, I wouldn't recommend it unless it was really clogged or anything like that. But because this has a lot of bacteria in there, and bacteria is the life of your aquarium, right? That's what keeps everything alive. You know, so we'll squeeze that out. And the way this power filter comes in, I would very, very, very highly recommend this power filter, this hang-on back filter. Some people call it power filter. We're going to call it hang-on back filter, just to be consistent. It comes with one piece of foam. It comes with carbon, which I don't use, okay? I use every now and then, like if I medicate. There's a purpose for carbon. That's not carbon, but it's the black charcoal kind of stuff, right? There's a purpose for that. If you medicate the tank or anything like that, then you want to put some carbon in there after you're done medicating to take that medication out, and then it cleans it. That's the chemical filtration, right? I have no chemical filtration here. And then I've got another set of bio balls, biochem beads, bio beads, whatever you want to call them, inside this sack here. So this is also, you really don't want to rinse off with chlorine water, but you know, every now and then I do. But I'll rinse that off in the bucket. This is the right way to do it, because you don't want to kill all the bacteria or whatever. Alright. And see all that stuff on there, the brown stuff? You just want to get it off a little. But it's okay. It's okay if it's there, as long as it doesn't clog anything. But that's alright, because this has a lot of pores in it. It's like ceramic beads, and if you look closely, it has a lot of pores in there, which holds a lot of bacteria. Okay, and then we want to clean the basket. Now we can clean the basket with the sponge brush, but I'll do that here just to make it clean. But really, you want to clean anything that comes in through here. That's water flow, right? And you'll see that this sits on top a little bit to allow the water to circulate. So I'd do a better job cleaning that in real life, but I'm just showing you and holding the camera in one hand, but that's okay. That should be good. But the main thing to be cleaning is this thing here. You want to just make it look better, right? You want to clean all this off. And you can do it in the sink, but I'm just going to do it in the bucket today. But the main thing too, another main thing, is to clean this. And I will show you how. Let me see, I'm going to have two hands for that. And where's my brush set? My brush set. You're going to need some brushes for this one. Alright, here's my brush. Yeah, so here's a brush set that I'll put a link to this brush set in the description below too. The brush set, what it does is I'll stick this, let's see here. Yeah, I'll need two hands. I'll be right back. Alright, so now that we've got, did I rinse that second one? I can't remember. I'll rinse them both out. I'm going to rinse both of these sponges out real good. Can't remember if I rinsed that one out or not. Oh, and keep cords away from water. Duh, right? Okay. Alright, so here we go. So this, right, you want to clean this real good to make it look brand new. The only way you're going to do that is pop this out like this, okay? Right? Pop this off right here. Just remember where it goes on this side. There's a little tip right there, right? It goes on this side. So it's all dirty and nasty, right? We're going to take this brush set and we're going to just run this. I'll move this over by the bucket. Right, like so. And we're just going to clean that like that. How about that? Look at that. Alright, clean that. Make sure that this part right here is clean of any debris or any algae or whatever, but that brush will take care of that. So that's looking real good, right? It's looking good, just like brand new, huh? Maybe close. And now this other part here, it looks pretty nasty right there too. That's pretty gross, huh? So we want to take a smaller one, and what I do is I kind of angle it like this right there, so it can go up. Yeah, see that? How I push that up there, force it a little bit. Yep. There we go. Do the same thing on the other side. Yep. There we go. So that looks nice and clean, huh? For the most part, anyway. Clean enough for me. Look at that. That looks good. Yep. Okay, and then gonna clean the housing. Housing looks a little bit dirty. We're gonna use our trusty scrubber pad. You know, rinse off those brushes. Rinse off those brushes so you can use them again. Yep, those brushes look good, but rinse them off real good. Alright, I'm gonna dip this in there. Use our scrubber pad. Make sure that everything looks nice. Right. Especially right here, look at this. See the inside of this? This holds a lot of junk right there. So that's something for the brush set. Shoot. Yep, I dropped stuff. So take your brush set, stick it in there, work it around like that. Make sure you get all that stuff in there out. Alright, okay. And then you could pop this plastic piece off right there. Look at that. Pop that plastic piece off. Clean that. Alright, clean that right there. Okay. With the brush. Okay. Pop that back on. Well, really clean it. You really want to clean it, not just fake clean it like I do. Really clean it. Really clean it. Oh. Really clean it good. Alright, that looks good. That looks brand new. Look at that, huh? Pretty good. Alright. Rinse off your brushes. You guys know I try to clean this good. And then pop that thing back on. So the way it came out, the way it came, right? Make sure you remember, you know, the way it came. And it came like this. Because you'll know when it pops in real good. And that right there is where this would come in and go left and right like that. Boom. So anyway, oh shoot, jeez. Anyway, don't drop your phone. Okay. Anyway, let's see here. The most important thing, one of the most important things, is to clean that impeller right there, right? So, let's see here. Kind of take your, if you can get your fingers in there, that's good. If not, use something to grab it with, some tweezers or something. I've got I guess I can show you a pair of tweezers that I got, and like this, right? And man, there's a lot of stuff to this fish thing, huh? You just pull that off and pull it out. And I'll put a link to that set of tweezers. It comes with some scissors. It comes with some other stuff. I think 2 pairs of tweezers. I'm not sure. One curved, one bent, one straight, whatever. But you take your brush, again, and then you want to clean this impeller real good right there, like this. Okay. And me explaining it to you takes longer than it usually takes. It usually takes, really, once you get into it, takes about 10 minutes max, really. So you want to clean this real good. All right. Like that. Hopefully this camera doesn't fall in. I wanted an excuse to buy me a new camera, but not like that. Or new phone. Sorry, I'm using my phone. It's an old piece of junk iPhone. Not a piece of junk, it's alright. It's iPhone 7. But it's okay. Let's see here. I want to get me like a Samsung or something. But S10 maybe, I don't know. Let's see here. So, look at that. Looks brand new. Pretty cool. Okay. Now you want to get on in the inside of this here too, because that's where a lot of the debris will be. Because look at that. See that? Isn't that gross? That's pretty good, huh? So take that little bitty brush. Take that little bitty brush. I hope you can see that. And kind of work that in there. Get all that junk out of there. That's gross. And then just rinse it off. Yeah. Maybe this bigger brush. And just, yeah, that's good. That feels good, huh? Just work that in there. Work it on the outside. Try to show you better. Work it on the outside. Yeah, look at that, huh? Pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. All right. All right. Yeah. We just go over it one time with our scrubber brush. Yeah, and I'll put the scrubber brush. And like Chris says, you always need your towel. Can't go anywhere without your towel. There you go. Alright. So, that's clean. That's clean. Put that back in there. And it's just magnetic. So it goes back in there like that. Okay. That's clean. Sort of. We want to clean that. Actually, I think I just did, right? I cleaned that, didn't I? Well, we clean that better. I didn't clean that a little bit better. Make it look brand new. A lot of, I don't put salt in there. Guppies and stuff, they do like minerals in the water, but I can't put salt in there because I have live plants. So make sure you scrub this real good. So, you know, I use like equilibrium or something like that for the shrimp. Shrimp don't like salt either. Let's see. So if you got plants or shrimp, I would suggest like equilibrium or something. And then go inside the cavity. It's a family show, dude. Okay, go inside this, like this here. Make sure that's all clean. Okay, it looks nice and clean, huh? Nice and clean. There we go. We clean the whole thing. Alright. So, look at that. Pretty good, huh? And like I said, this I do this about once every quarter, right? Normally people will clean this about once a month, but we save that hassle for using that sponge filter. So, let's go ahead and put this back on. So this impeller motor goes in like at an angle, okay? At an angle, and then you twist it, making sure that it's flush right here, right? Screwed in nice and neat, doesn't come out, right? I'll show you that again. That was hard for me to understand when I first got one of these. So you put this at an angle, right, like this, and then you turn it like this, okay? Hope you got that. That's cool. I mean, if you pull it and it doesn't come off, you got it right. Okay. Anyways, so next thing, put the tube back together, right? Remember how we did that? That part right there is on that side, right there. Oh shoot! Let's not drop that, really, for real. And then you take this, and you want to put this in here, okay, to where it goes like this, but you always need to push it right here, like that, okay? And then you can move it, and this is high or low or one of those, so it's adjustable plug. Okay, so we got that part down. All right, now for the filter media. Now this might be controversial. Oh, I can clean that now since I got two hands. It's okay. Okay, this might be controversial, but I do not normally run carbon in here. I double up. That's why you saw I double up on this foam, or you can double up on this biomedia. But the most important thing is the beneficial bacteria in your aquarium. That is the most important thing. I mean, that's nature, right? You want nature in there. So we have this basket. We've got double foam. Bam. We've got the bio. So this whole thing is physical, is mechanical filtration plus biological. Okay. And then we're going to stick that back in here. Okay. Stick that back in there. And you know, if you want to put carbon in there, but you know, carbon is like, costs money, and it runs out like in a couple weeks or a month or whatever. I'm not even a month, man. It doesn't even last that long. It probably runs out in a couple weeks. I don't know. It says in the box lasts for a month or so, but all you're doing is you're paying for it and you're refilling it. You can do it. It costs a lot of money for me, so I don't do it. And as you can see, my tanks work just fine. They're running great. I would rather double up on the biological. And the good thing about these AquaClear filters, and I'll put a link, of course, for the AquaClear filter up here somewhere and in the description. But this is probably the best filter because the whole thing, the whole chamber is used, instead of like, you know, one of those whisper filters where you just put a cartridge, a small cartridge in there, which doesn't really help that much. I mean, it helps, but this is like 4 or 5 times better, in my opinion, and you'll see in most other people's opinion. But it's been around for a while. But you decide, right? You decide. So I'm just gonna stick that back somewhere where it belongs, where it belongs, where it does belong. Where's the top at? Did I drop the top somewhere? Probably in here somewhere. Nope, not in there. Not in the dirty fish water. Where's the top at? Anyways, I'm gonna put that back onto the aquarium, onto the back of there. Let's try to do that. Let me get my phone back. Hold on. Get this tripod off. Okay. All right. Let's do that one more time. Okay. All right. Let's put that back. Actually, before we do that, you remember what I was going to do? I was going to put on the foam pre-filter. So this, all this does, it just slips right there. So it grabs all the stuff, so you can just clean that next time. You don't have to clean this whole thing next time, right? So we'll just slip that back on. First, didn't see me. I'm going to get that back of that cord out of the way, and then I'm going to slip this back in there. There we go. Right there like this. There we go. Position it well. Sometimes it's tricky. I'm going to make sure that this is on good. Okay. Okay. And I need to find, oh, there's the top right there, huh? Need to clean that top too to make it look good, right? You don't want the top to look bad. Alright. So I'm just cleaning that top with my scrubber brush. Good old scrubber brush. Yeah, I'm just cleaning that top with that scrubber brush with 2 hands. 2 hands. That's not really 2 hands, but you get the idea. Magic of video. That looks good, right? Alright, so you don't put that top on just yet. What you do, and you don't plug it in just yet either, but you find the cord. You get ready to plug it in, okay? You get ready to plug that in into your socket there. But don't do that just yet. Oh, and don't drop it in water like I just did. If you drop it in water, make sure you dry it off, because you don't want water to be dripping down. You're supposed to make a drip loop, but you know, yeah, make a drip loop, whatever. But I just dry off. Okay, so what we're going to do is we need to have some fresh dechlorinated water, and we're going to fill this up first. Okay, let me go get some fresh dechlorinated water. And if you don't have fresh dechlorinated, I use Amquel. I'll put all this stuff in the description below, but this dechlorinator, whatever dechlorinator you want, doesn't matter. Amquel and Amolock are my go-tos. You can use Prime or whatever your flavor of dechlorinator is, but I've used those for decades and I trust them. So I will be right back with some dechlorinated water. Alright, so I got some tap water. That's not dechlorinated. I'm going to take a little bit of this in my pitcher. 1 cap full per 10 gallons. That's not 10 gallons. So I'm going to put, you know, about 1/4 of a cap or half a cap, or about, try not to just dump it all out. So there's about half a cap. Pour it in there. Put the cap back on the bottle. And the water should be about the same temperature as your tank water. I'm going to take the back of a net. Okay. And like I said, my water here is quite soft, so I need to put some restores and maintains mineral balance and general hardness. Contains no sodium or chloride. Does not have salt, because plants hate salt. Shrimp. See that cool cherry shrimp right there? He hates salt. He'll die. Plants will die. Don't want death, right? We don't want death. We love animals, like I said before. So here, you know, this is just a pitcher. I probably could get away with not putting this equilibrium in here, but I do, just to be safe, right? Gotta be very specific in your measurement. I'm gonna put exactly a dash in there. But this, it's like a tablespoon for 10 gallons. What does this thing here say? To raise mineral content, 1 tablespoon for every 20 gallons. Okay, so not much. I mean, this thing will last me forever, right? Let's put that back. Take our handy dandy stirring net. All I do is I use the back of a net because it has this cool little round loop. And I stir it up. Right, stir it up for a minute or two until it becomes clear. Because that stuff, it does cloudy the new water, but it adds some minerals. And how much? And you know, you saw me put a dash in there, so I really do test my water after about a day or two to make sure that the water is good parameters. Water has good parameters. Water is within correct parameters, I should say, right? And you guys know the test kit that I like is the API Freshwater Master Test Kit. It's got test for hardness, test for ammonia, test for nitro. Oh, jeez. Come on, man. Okay. Where's that? It tests for pH, tests for high range pH if you got cichlids or something. Test for ammonia, test for nitrite. And I also have, but you can just test. That is pretty good, but I also have the, shoot, I'll put that up. I also have the API, sorry about that, I'm moving and groaning. I also have the API General Hardness and Carbonate Hardness Test, General and Carbonate Hardness Test Kit. So what that does, and I'm just telling y'all because it takes a minute or two for that stuff to dissolve, because you really need to have the shrimp like pretty good sturdy water, hard water, and definitely the guppies, right? Guppies love high pH, well, you know, moderately high pH, but they love hardness in the water. They love minerals in the water, and I got a lot of guppies in there, right? A lot of cool guppies. Got the blue guy there. He's cool. Got, like I showed you, the koi tuxedo guppies. Got some guppies over here. That blue dude's pretty cool. This red guy's awesome looking here. And I got some yellow ones in here. Check out that yellowtail. That yellowtail is pretty cool. You see that? Oh, I don't know if you can see that. But that's cool, right? The tetras, they don't care too much for hard water, but mollies do. Mollies could live pretty much in salt water, but I love guppies, man. Look at that orange tail one. He's cool, isn't he? And then the yellow one. Yeah, here's a nice yellowtail one right there in the same tank with the blue. I mean, all guppies come in all colors, man. You can get whatever color you want, right? And there's a cool yellow fire. I forget what they call them, but I mean, there's hundreds of different varieties of guppies. I can't remember them all. I just go to the store and say, "Oh, I want that one." But cool. Anyways, let's get back to cleaning the hang-on back filter. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pour this water into here until the chamber gets full, right? Okay. And the water starts coming out, okay? And then, that is only then, make sure there's no leaks, make sure you put all this stuff in there right, which I actually don't have in there right. Something's not right. Okay. It's got to be in there right. Why isn't it in there right? Something is not right. What happened? Okay, and then, only then, will you plug it in. Okay, so we're plugging it in. And it'll buzz and burp, make a whole bunch of noise, right? And you'll see that the water comes up the tube. Oh, you know what? I'm supposed to put more water in the tank first. But anyway, it'll work. So we're going to fill up that fish tank. I was so busy showing you how to do the filter, but it'll still work. Watch. The right way, here we go. The right way is to fill the tank up first, then turn it on. But it's good. Let me fill the tank up first. But it'll, let's see here. Yeah, it'll happen, watch. Yeah, look at that, huh? It's going, man. Look at that, huh? Well, I tell you. And you don't see any of the stuff coming from the sides, right? So let me show you from the side. No magic tricks. Nothing fishy here. Get it? Nothing fishy. Oh, never mind. Okay, so water's coming out nice and clean. Put the top on, but remember, you're supposed to fill the water up first, okay? But you know, it doesn't really matter as long as it works, right? If it didn't work, you'd be like, hey, what's wrong? Oh, I forgot to fill the water up, right? Put that top on, look at that. Just like new, brand new. Look how clean that looks. Is that cool or what? Yeah, I forgot to clean that little piece off right there. Look at that. Look at that. Brand new. Brand new, only used. Okay, I'm gonna fill this tank back up. Like I said, probably should have filled it up first, but no big deal. I mean, this is all good, and I'll show you what it looks like here in a sec. Yeah, so before I fill this bucket full of dechlorinated water, I would take this dirty fish poop water and probably pour it in some plants here or wherever plants you got. Plants love this stuff, right? You know, to recycle that water. Plants love dirty fish poop water, but I just poured some from the other tank in there, so I don't want to overwater the plants. So I'm going to water these plants outside, but it's cold, so I'm going to run and do it real quick. Yeah, it's February in Dallas, and I don't know if it's normally like this or what, but it's getting down to the upper 20s, man. I mean, it's cold. I've got same thing. I'm going to put some dechlorinator in there and some about a cap full, and some more of that equilibrium, about a cap, you know, not a cap full, that's a big cap, about, you know, half a teaspoon or something like that. Yeah, and like I said, I don't put too much, but don't put too little. But you know, I've done it so many times, I kind of know. But you can measure yours and stuff too, if you want. And then I'm gonna, oh, geez, what happened? Okay, ooh. Then I'm gonna just mix this up real good for a couple of minutes or so. I usually do get my workout. This is how I do my workout. Because I should go to the gym, but instead of going to the gym, I twirl the net around the bucket. Not really. I should go to the gym. I'm not advocating being unfit, guys, for real. I'm all about fitness. Not really, but I'm gonna say I am for the YouTube crowd. You know what I'm saying? I can't say the wrong things. People get crazy on me. I'm gonna pour this into the tank. Okay. Pour this into the tank. And you want to make sure, like I said, that the temperature of the water in the bucket is about the temperature of the water in the tank. So I'm pouring this into the tank. You can see that the water is flowing nicely from that hang-on back filter. You got a clean sponge there, and it will build up bacteria. So you know, we did not rinse, we did not use chlorinated water for the bacteria in the in the filter, so I'm not too worried about another bacterial bloom or anything, because I have another, you can't see it, but I've got another sponge filter, and I'll show you how to replace that sponge filter next, in the next video. And I've got an under gravel filter, so you know, for bacteria I think we're okay. Depending on your system and your setup, you do what you think is right for you, but this is how I do it, and how I do it works for me. However you do it work for you. However you do it, however works for you is what I meant to say. But I'm gonna fill this back up here. You know, the fish, my fish, are healthy, happy, and doing well. Got some new guppy babies in there. That's pretty cool. I'll show you what I feed them in a different video. But I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there is a lot to do in the fish keeping hobby, and hopefully I've provided you some value. So hit that like button. Leave me a comment or something. Tell me, what kind of filter do you use on your fish tank? What size fish tank do you have? What kind of fish you got? Man, let me know. And also, you know what's cool is send me some pics and I'll share them with everybody. Pics at tropicalfishguy.com. You know, that would be cool if y'all want me to show your fish tank and your fish and stuff to people. I'll be, and I'll give you shout outs. I'll definitely be willing to do that. We filled this tank back up. Next thing we're gonna do, wait a couple days. I'm gonna install a sponge filter in that tank, and I'll show you how to do that. But this looks good. Let's close this up. Everything's running right. Everything's running good here. No more leakage, right? You see no more leakage from there. Let's look on the side, make sure. Okay, no leakage on the filter. Make sure there's no leakage. Definitely make sure no leakage. Okay. Okay. Don't see any? Nope. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right. Depending on the kind of fish you have, that's high power. That's low power. That's high power. That's low power. That's high power. We'll leave it at high power for now, so that it will build up. And you know what? I'm waiting for these plants to grow out. I think I'm gonna cover this up in the back right there. But there's some nice Christmas moss right there that's growing. I don't want to kill. Not that one. That's a Nubius, but that Christmas moss, because it looks like. Doesn't that look like a Christmas tree? Isn't that cool? But we'll let that clear up a little bit, and I'll show you. I'll probably show you more of this tank tomorrow or later. It's that's it for today, I think. Oh, did I show you those little babies? Check out those babies. There's a baby there. And of course, we need to clean the bottoms and then be very diligent about finding any leaks, right? And also make sure your aquarium's not sitting on any carpet, because eventually you will spill water on your carpet. Even the most advanced dudes do, right? Or advanced people. Lots of women in the fish keeping business. Hobby, sorry, not business. Hobby. Oh, there's some babies up there. See those babies? That's cool. Alright, so we cleaned the glass. I don't think I showed you. We'll clean the top of this a little bit. Clean the bottom of the light. Need to wipe that off again. Wipe that off. You know, that's not a full cleaning of the of the tank, but I showed you that in a previous video. Anyways, there you have it. It'll clear up. Lots of guppies. This is the guppy tank. Actually, there's also a mono shrimp in there. I don't know if you can see him back there. There's a, oh yeah, there's babies right there. See the babies? There's one baby. There's way more back there in that Java moss. Oh, there's a couple here. Oh, look, 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 right there. See those guys back there by the filter? Oh, then the parents are coming out. Okay. Anyway, lots of places for the babies to hide, so we'll have some survivors, I do believe, in this tank. There's some over there, right there. But you know, the mamas and daddies sometimes eat the babies. Good thing we don't do that, right? Yeah. Anyway, that's the tank there. So I hope you like this video. Definitely share with someone who needs to know how to clean their hang-on back filter or get a hang-on back filter, because I do believe that they're one of the best type of filters that you can have. I love hang-on backs. Of course, it depends on your situation and what you want. So if it works for you, get you one. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. As always, tell me what you think in a comment, and like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Subscribe to I'll put a link in the description for the newsletter, where I give you like inside scoops, special knowledge, special deals, cool products that I'm reviewing. And also I'll put a link to Instagram, The Tropical Fish Guy. I just started that one out, and check it out. Leave me a like in that one too. And let's start talking and seeing what you guys are doing. So build a community up. Love the hobby. The hobby's a great hobby to be in. You know, the pets, fish, like I said, dogs, cats. I got a couple of dogs here. You want to see my dogs? Here, let me show you my dogs real quick. Sammy, come here. Yeah, there's my dog. That's Sammy right there. She's cool, huh? She's a nice dog. Nikki, come here. Yeah, okay, there's Nikki right there. And Sammy always gets jealous. Oh, you jealous when I pet Nikki, I know. Yeah, there's my dogs. We used to have a cat. Dogs really didn't eat him. I was just joking about that. Sometimes I joke around too much, but it's all in fun, man. I don't really mean none of that stuff. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, sign up for the newsletter, tropicalfishguy.com/sign up, and let me know what you guys think, okay? Thanks a lot for watching. Really appreciate it. As always, happy fish keeping. Peace.